He's about to tear it up.
Let's keep this winning streak going.
Please text the word "psychic" along with your issue and seek location to 55555. A member of our relations team will respond immediately. Fans welcome to Carson, the Big Team Mini Basketball Giveaway Game. This is the perfect game for the whole family and every Celtics fan who gets their very own Celtics Big Team Mini Basketball. Single game tickets and ticket packages are still available for upcoming.
Hi, and thanks for joining us on 2K Sports NBA action. It's coming up. This is Brian Anderson with Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. Allie LaForce with us on the sidelines. And with the playoffs around the bend, here are the Western standings. Taking a look at Los Angeles, this season has been an absolute dream for them. They're currently at #1 as the postseason approaches.
When I look at the Lakers, I recall them having a lot of naysayers at the start of the season, but now they may not have any. This team is ready for a deep playoff run.
They do have the pieces in place for a title run, but the competition in the playoffs will be stiff.
Here are the 5 for the Lakers. They've got James, also Green out there. Luka Doncic is out there with Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's the Professor in at the 1. And for Boston, Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. Peyton Pritchard is out there with Drew Holiday. And it's Brown in at the 3. Well, this last stretch of the season could be the final NBA games for some of the aging stars in the league. Grant, when did you know it was time?
Well, you know, B.A., I made it 19 years in the league, and at 40 years old, I was kind of happy to be done. But I hope that all the guys retiring this year have the same closure I had.
Now here's Holiday. Finney-Smith passes to Green, and down it goes. 2 points.
Inside, Green can be very aggressive and physical, allowing him to do work scoring the ball.
Brown with it, outside Holiday. Takes the 3. Finney-Smith pulls it in. Here's the Professor. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy is a dangerous scorer.
Brown inside. He's marked by Finney-Smith. Uses the glass on the layup.
Strong and explosive Jaylen Brown is a tough matchup in the painted area.
Here's the Professor. Last game, an incredible scoring display for him. Basket's good.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Here's Pritchard, right now contributing around 10.5 points a game. Here's the Professor. High arcing shot, and he sinks the layup. The Professor's got 6 points.
I love the execution we are seeing thus far. 4 shots and 4 makes.
Los Angeles foul. Number 93. First personal foul. First team foul.
At around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter, Holiday passes to Brown. Here's Tatum.
Boy, not the kind of start they wanted. Only 1 for 4 so far.
Oh, clanks that one. He's 0 for 1 to start. You know, Clark, with the Lakers, at times it is hard to maintain a sense of continuity.
Boy, it sure is, B.A. I mean, there's always pressure to improve or be at your best, but even more so when you're playing in the glitz and glamour of L.A. and all that history. And because of that, sometimes it can lead to high team turnover when you're playing for the Lakers.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
You're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Brown passes to Holiday. On the wing, Tatum to halt the run. Again, the miss by Boston.
You know, currently they're just 1 of 5 from the field. That's not going to get it done.
Here's the Professor. And Los Angeles, another 3.
This has been just a dreadful start for them defensively. Not good at all.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
You're gonna dance like everyone's watching. Keep on dancing. Let's see those dance moves.
All right, a chance to check out stats for him.
Over the last 10 games, he's been on an absolute tear, finding all kinds of ways to be a thorn in the opposition's side, just working on offense and getting the looks he wants out there.
And here's Brown for 3. Oh, he missed it, making him 1 for 2 now. And it's a Lakers ball. They've outscored them 16-2, not slowing down. The Professor with a bucket.
So far, they're owning both ends of the floor. We'll see if they can keep this going.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
Brown, no good. The Lakers lead by 17. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Joe Mazzulla. I asked him how they plan to deal with Luka Doncic, and he said, look, we all know what Luka can do. He'll get his points, but we can't let him take over. We have to maintain our focus on defense for every minute of all 4 quarters.
And Allie, thank you for that. Buries it from 3.
The playmaking of Brown continuing to evolve. Nice dime there.
Here's the Professor. He's got 17. On the wing, Finney-Smith. Pass to the Professor. There's the 3. Hauled in by Brown. Celtics trail by 14. Here's Holiday, and there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. And the NBA has regular season games outside the U.S., all over the world. How important is that, Grant?
It's so important, B.A. I mean, basketball has become a global sport. And just look at the recent MVPs. They're mostly international players. So playing games in those countries has helped the game grow all over the world.
And he knocks down the first one. One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Productive trip to the line. He doesn't like to leave points on the table.
Here's the Professor. Into the lane, and it's flushed down. A nice jam.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Doncic pulls down the board.
He's going to hear from his teammates after that one. Not quite sure what happened.
Fires the 3. The Professor with a bucket. The Professor's got 22.
They've really built this lead on the back of their perimeter game.
And I like the strategy. It's a great strategy. Bury those threes early, and it'll open up the inside for them later on.
The three-pointer off the mark. And Brown has got the ball here for the Boston Celtics. 17-point game. Tatum gets the bucket.
You can't excel at all as a defender on Tatum. Mid-range not his go-to spot, but he took advantage there.
Here's the professor, and the three-pointer goes. 25 points in the game.
Wow. Some strong perimeter shooting here in the first quarter.
How do you stop this? I mean, it seems like they can't miss.
And Los Angeles, another three. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Lakers.
They've really been disruptive on the defensive end, forcing turnovers and turning those turnovers into points at the other end.
You know, they've also been very effective at running the floor. Just a ton of points in the fast break has been a big part of their success.
Now here's Brown, an important scorer for this team, averaging around 25.5 a game. Tatum finds Brown. Shot clock at 6. The three ball.
And they just haven't found the range.
It's still early. I mean, they've got to play their game and live with the results. If it's a good three-point shot from a good shooter, take it.
He's putting them to the test this quarter, attacking every chance he gets.
Boston's shooting has not been great early, just 27%. Here's the professor. No good from outside.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Tatum can't hit. Los Angeles leading by 23. Here's the professor. 30 points in the game. And there's another one for the Lakers.
Very consistent tonight at the offensive end. Right there, he helps fuel the fire.
And Boston calls time here. With a brief pause, here are the most difficult teams to score against over the last 10 games. The Lakers, number 1. 4th, Boston.
Great game planning by both of these coaching staffs as of late. Both teams have been effective defensively.
Pass to Tatum. Over James. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Tatum's got his second basket of the game.
I love seeing Tatum continue to work on that jump shot. I mean, he's a fantastic scorer, and with the jump shot added and refined, he's only going to get better.
Here's the professor. He's got 32 points, and the shot goes.
And the D having issues slowing down their mid-range game.
So it's Boston now. They're coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
They looked lost in the final quarter. Couldn't keep it together at all. Miscommunications cost them that game.
Now here's Tatum. 29 points for him last game against Philadelphia.
And he didn't just put up big points. He beat everyone to the boards. Already +5 in terms of rebound margin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
Yeah, and they either have been unwilling or unable to take that shot away. Boy, he's really been on a roll this quarter. Seems like everything he throws up is finding bottom.
Nabbing another steal. And that's his 6th steal of the night. Oh, another one falls.
And with 40 points for him, his climb towards history continues.
Boy, it just seems like every time he takes the floor, it's a step closer to the record for most 40-point games in a season.
You're closing in on Wilt Chamberlain's incredible 1962 campaign. You know, it's hard to believe what we're witnessing.
Here's Tatum. The Lakers getting their last shot to go. Pass to Pritchard. Looking to end the run. Green with the defensive effort.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
Here's the professor, defended by Brown. Here's the professor, and there's another one for the Lakers.
Clutch buckets. He's paving the way as they hit the home stretch.
Here's Pritchard. Pulls it from the top of the key. Rebound, the Lakers. Doncic has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's the Professor. Sinks it from distance. The Professor's got 46.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect. That's his second make in 7 attempts. Not the start he was hoping for.
The Lakers dominating the game. Clark, when you watch Luka Doncic play, how is he able to just control the games like he does?
He's a savant. That's all I can say. He's way ahead of himself. I mean, this guy's been a pro since he was 13 or 14 years old. There's nobody else in the NBA that's been a pro that long, I don't think. So, unique in that regard. Great size, uncanny, underrated strength. And then his vision, his pace, all of that what allows him to really not ever be sped up or out of control.
And the Lakers will go for a different look here. Vanderbilt's checked in for Green. Jones comes in for LeBron. Dunn, he's checked in for Finney Smith. And Reeves is subbed in for Luka Doncic. Here's the Professor. Non-stop scoring machine right here. Clock at 6. There's the drive. Another one goes. Incredible.
My goodness, 50 for the game.
Just putting on a show. 1:33 left to play in the first quarter. Horford outside. Lets the 3 fly. Rebound, the Lakers.
The way they've gotten after rebounds has been impressive.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Here's the Professor. Left side Jones. Reeves, the pass to the Professor. He buries it from 3. The Professor's got 53 points.
And they've got the D reeling. A full 3-point attack right off the tip.
When that happens, you simply just hope they start cooling off.
Now here's Brown. That one's off. Still out of sync.
Guys, this hasn't been his quarter. I mean, to me, he just doesn't look completely comfortable or confident.
Might like a do-over there. Quality look inside.
Screen by Horford. And Brown is good for 3. Brown's got 5 now.
When JB is on from here, it really boosts his team.
27 seconds left to play in the first.
I just love the strong finish there inside.
Man, he's got that dunker's mindset, doesn't he? Always ready to pounce.
An absolutely tremendous athlete, able to go up and finish over the biggest of defenders.
And the Celtics in possession here. The Lakers getting their last shot to go. Screen by Horford. Misses the 3. And so it's Los Angeles destroying the competition as they end the quarter with a colossal 40. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. Guys, the Lakers enjoying a nice lead here.
Well, they've used the fast break well to score easy points and keep the defense unsettled.
And, you know, for them guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so.
Power it home!
Oh, wow! Ooh, putting on a show for the fans, going up for the graceful reverse.
Oh, that had a little extra sauce on it, Grant.
A jaw-dropper emoji is what I look like right now. Incredible.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, guys, the Professor in the last outing against the Knicks was outstanding. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and he pulled in a season-high number of rebounds. And really, it's a game that will stand out when you look at his career, considering how absurd some of those numbers are. Guys?
Yeah, he was unstoppable during certain stretches. It'd be great to see him top that performance tonight.
Well, his team needs him to contribute. When he's on his A game, he just makes play after play.
For sure, and draws so much defensive attention that it opens up opportunities for others.
Dunn outside. Pass to the professor. Let's go with a three. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
And here's Horford. Here's Walsh, defended by Dunn. Right wing. Tatum with it. 4-3. And it's the professor with a rebound.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Outside Jones. Pass to the professor. Fires the three. Rebounded by the Celtics. The Lakers beat them last time when these two met in Los Angeles.
If they want to beat these guys this time, they have to do better on the glass. That was their undoing.
And sometimes that can be a motivating factor, may very well.
Get him. MP. Your time.
So it's Boston now. Brown passes to Tatum. To the left side wing. The three is up. Pritchard, no good. Los Angeles has gone just 1 of 6 from the perimeter here in the second. Here's the professor. What an incredible scoring display he's putting on tonight. Tatum pulls it in.
Good shot, gone bad. Gotta finish there.
For three. Knocks it down from distance.
Or that is some kind of heads-up basketball from Holiday. He does not sleep on the wide-open man and found him perfect.
Here's the professor. He got it again! Sensational! That's 62 points. 62.
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
Outside Holiday. Outside Tatum. Lets it go from the wing. Wood grabs the board. And Doncic has got the ball here for the Lakers. This game coming on the heels of their win versus the Knicks.
They were lights out from beyond the arc, and they spaced the floor beautifully in that one.
There's all kind of talk in the game today about stretching the floor, because when you do that, everything else just becomes a little easier.
Tatum with it. He's picked up by Jones.
Already he's looking at his third foul. I think the coach will probably look to sit him down until the third quarter.
Al Horford's checked in for Boston. Here's Pritchard. 14 points for him. 6 to shoot. Again, the miss by Boston. The Lakers have gotten half their shots to fall in the second. 8 for 16. Here's the professor. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. The professor's got 11 here in the quarter alone.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
Back to Pritchard. And it's the professor with a rebound. The professor's got 4 rebounds in the game. And there's 1:38 left in the first half of basketball. NBA scoring has been climbing over the past decades, Grant. Is the league too offensive at the moment, do you think?
Well, we know that people like scoring, the fans, players, everyone, but the league needs to make sure there aren't hamstringing defenders too much. So I think allowing some more physicality incentivizes the defender to defend, and now we have competition on both sides of the ball.
That free throw misses. And some changes here for the Lakers. Vanderbilt's checked in for Wood, and it's Dunn in for Doncic. And he's good on the second.
Yeah, they're really cashing in more at the line here in the second quarter.
Definitely, that's one of the reasons they're in front right now.
Here's the professor. He's covered by Holiday. And rejected.
Well, we've always talked about the great defender that Holiday is. Well, he showed you right there with the rejection.
It's time to take a glance again at that superb block.
Let's see if that block can amp up this team. I mean, they're looking for anything to get themselves going.
Right here.
We've got 1:23 left in the first half. Here's the professor. Takes it inside, and he banks in the layup.
Boy, absolutely no rim protection, leading to a lot of easy buckets here.
The Celtics shooting at 32% from the floor. Not good. Here's Pritchard. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. Brown's got 3 assists in the game. Here's the professor. Non-stop scoring machine right here.
Bad offense against bad defense. The play looked as ugly as you'd imagine.
Here's Pritchard. Drops in the layup for 2.
Hey, he's doing whatever he can right now to pump up his teammates.
Los Angeles has gone just 1 of 6 from the perimeter here in the second. 32 seconds left in the second period. And another one! 71 points and no end in sight.
He's in the zone. The defense looks helpless.
Jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. The professor's got his 5th rebound in this one. And Pritchard pulls it down.
Gets caught showboating there. But hey, he had room. You just don't get many chances to add some style. Sometimes you got to go for it.
And so it's Los Angeles, way out of reach with an enormous lead as we head into a break. They're communicating well and stringing together stops. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break.
Hey folks, are you as excited as we are? Not possible. Lots to catch up on in the first half. But first, let's examine the power rankings as the season winds down.
Checking out the Celtics. They're sitting on the top of their division. Can't ask for more than that as a fan. And it feels like they're getting better as the season goes on.
The way they've been playing, I expect big things from these guys.
Now looking at where we stand after 2 quarters, it has been a difficult game for the Boston Celtics.
They don't want it enough. They're getting bodied up on the boards and doing nothing about it.
Yeah, they get bodied up on the scoreboard as well, Chuck. It may not be their own.
That's it for us. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's send you over to Brian Anderson with the third period.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. The core of this team, Brown and Tatum in the front court. Drew Holiday out there with Peyton Pritchard. And it's Porzingis in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on it.
Here's the professor. The three is up. Drains the triple.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
Well, part of the game plan was to neutralize the crowd. And guess what? Mission accomplished.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. It's been a collective effort, contributions from everybody.
Here in this third quarter, just over a minute played. Another one falls. Amazing.
Incredible. 81 on the night, channeling his inner Mamba right now.
There's no slowing this guy down. He's on fire. Tatum against James. No good. Had a chance to end the run there.
Yeah, they just can't seem to end the drought no matter where they shoot it from.
And, you know, they've got to be careful because this is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball.
And that's their first miss after hitting 4 in a row to start the half.
Throw it down!
He didn't. Oh,
wow!
Man.
You want some? Woo! You got some.
He was looking in the basket on that.
Lakers foul. Number 93. Fourth personal foul. First team foul.
Two minutes gone in this third quarter now. Back to Tatum. Puts up a three.
He just can't find a consistent way to score, and this team could certainly use it.
Boy, they need to pick it up here now. I mean, they're 0 of 4 coming out of the break.
Here's the professor. What an incredible scoring display he's putting on tonight. From the arc. Boston pulls it in.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
Here's Tatum. And finished off by Tatum.
The athletic prowess of Tatum on full display. What a move to the bucket.
Here's the professor. Good! Another from three. Ooh, you can tell he's feeling it right now.
B.A., he's on fire.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Pritchard. And it's the professor with a rebound. The professor's got 8 rebounds in the game. Fires for three. And the Lakers hit again from deep.
The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the three-point shot.
Here's Pritchard. He's got 19. Brown scanning the floor. From the top of the key. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Brown's got 9 points.
And check out the handles from Brown. Just carving up the defense like a Thanksgiving turkey.
And you look at Jaylen Brown, Grant. Not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall. And he could dunk through a brick wall, too. It's just so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim.
Take a break. Take a break.
That one's off. Austin Reeves is checked in for Finney Smith. And the second free throw is good. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Over to the wing. Here's Pritchard. And the shot is good on the assist by Tatum. Pritchard's got 22 points.
Jason Tatum scores, but also creates for his teammates a sign of his continuing growth as a player.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Jaylen Brown is playing with so much confidence. He said, quote, "I feel like I'm a different player. My body has changed. Athletically, I'm entering my prime. I'm more aware on defense and offense. I feel like on both sides of the ball, I'm playing the best basketball of my life."
Well, it shows, Allie, for sure. The professor with a bucket.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
And out of bounds, Los Angeles will have it.
Los Angeles ball.
And now a look at the upcoming schedule for the Los Angeles Lakers. On Monday, they're off to Brooklyn to face off with the Nets. And then on Thursday, they'll be matching up with Damian Lillard and the Milwaukee Bucks.
And you know, for that matchup with the Nuggets, it's the second game of a back-to-back, so you know there'll be some heavy legs out there. Playing that much basketball in that short amount of time really takes its toll on your body.
Here's the professor. Non-stop scoring machine right here. Good! That's another bucket!
This game has his name written all over it.
He has been phenomenal. An offensive onslaught. Boston again missing.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Launches it. And Pritchard pulls it down. Boston's gone just 1 of 6 from long distance here in the third. The shots just aren't falling.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Here's the professor. Off target from outside. And it's Holiday with the ball for Boston. They'll face the Jazz after this game. That'll be at home. Horford, he's checked in for Holiday. And the Lakers also making a switch. Christian Wood is checked in for James. Here's Pritchard. 22 points for him from behind the arc. And Reeves pulls it down.
It's clear he's totally out of sync. The team needs to rethink its strategy around what to do with him.
Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Tatum against Doncic. Tatum's got room. Boston, no good that time either.
This has been a tough quarter for him and a challenging game for this team.
Now we have a moment to look at how the blocks have been stacking up over the past several months for Kristaps Porzingis.
We're just not seeing the same tenacity from him on the defensive end lately. He hasn't been blocking as many shots over the last few months, and I think it's made him a little less intimidating under the hoop.
Dunn, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Man, they're just getting run over right now.
And you can really see they're starting to show some frustration.
And he lays in the alley-oop pass.
Smooth finish off a terrific feed.
Man, the timing and execution couldn't have been any better right there.
Guys, I hope we get to see a few more of those.
Here's Pritchard. Right now contributing around 10.5 points a game. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Green. And a quick look at the 2K leaderboard, showing which teams have really been controlling the glass over the last month. The Lakers, number 1.
The last month, this team was active on the glass, really put forth an effort to box out and track down misses.
And Los Angeles making a change here. Vanderbilt's checked in. It's Brown on the wing. He's covered by Reeves.
Boy, nice job that time by Wood going after the block and getting it.
The Lakers shooting an unreal 69%. Really special stuff here. Here's the professor. Sends it home from three-point land.
We've been watching him hold court out at the arc. Just an unforgettable performance tonight.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Here's Pritchard. He's got 22. Here's Horford, and the shot goes down. Horford's got his first 2 points of the night.
You know, Horford combines skill and power with experience and smarts, and that makes him hard to shut down in the paint.
Here's the professor. What an incredible scoring display he's putting on tonight. Pass to Reeves, 5 to shoot. Shoots over Brown. Again, the Lakers score.
You know, Reeves doesn't overload on the mid-range shots, but he's smart enough to take them when they're available.
Vanderbilt against Horford. Here's Pritchard. Three-pointer, no good.
He's lost his rhythm completely this quarter, but he's determined to stay after it.
Here's the professor. To the wing on the left. Wood passes to the professor. The Lakers got to get one up. Late clock. The shot by Dunn, no good. And for the Celtics, they're shooting a low 28% during this third. Brown can't hit. Brown's gotten just 4 of his 10 shots to fall here. Here's the professor. Horford covering. Dunn, the pass to the professor. Back to Dunn. Pass to the professor. From deep, Reeves nails it from beyond the arc. Reeves has got 9.
Reeves can make you pay from deep, especially if you allow him to get comfortable and set.
Here's Pritchard. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. Brown's got 4 assists now tonight.
A super high percentage shot there. You just can't allow him to get that close.
Here's the professor. Back to Reeves. Pass to the professor. Back to Reeves. Shoots over Brown, and the Lakers tack on 2 more.
Boy, give Reeves a save there. I mean, that possession was headed nowhere.
Here's Pritchard. He's got 24. Right side, Porzingis. Back to Pritchard. From outside the arc. Hits the trifecta. Pritchard's got 27 points.
Once again, he's able to knock down the long-range jumper. He's on automatic. Just a brilliant game.
Here's the professor. Outside Reeves. Pass to Vanderbilt. On the wing, Reeves shoots over Brown. Again, the Lakers score.
Zero hesitation from Reeves that time. He never lacks confidence.
Now here's Tatum, defended by Dunn. Here's Pritchard. Screen by Horford. Three-pointer. Pritchard, no good. The Lakers shooting 70% from the field, a performance that has been fun to watch. Here's the professor. Non-stop scoring machine right here. Pass to Reeves. Dunn outside. On the wing, Reeves. There's the triple. Hits a three-pointer.
Always a focal point for this offense. Reeves is on another level tonight.
The Celtics shooting around 33%. Not the best offensive efficiency. Here's Pritchard. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. We've got 33 seconds left in the third. Vanderbilt finds Wood. Here's the professor. To the paint. And the ball out of bounds. The Celtics will have it. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And for the Celtics, they're shooting only 30% in the third quarter. Brown against Reeves. Brown can't hit. It could go. And again for three. Man, he's really launching them from outside the arc.
Man, so locked in, feeling confident in his three-point shot tonight.
And so it's Los Angeles, making this game a no contest. They poured it on early, and they've never let up. And their three-point shooting, a big reason they have a sizable lead. And more NBA action on 2K Sports, coming your way right after this. And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And so it's
monumental ways. One, I think the most direct way is that it keeps fans connected to players, and players have the option as to how they're going to engage with their fans directly. Player to fan without any middle person. And that is valuable both ways, except when the narrative turns negative. That's the other side of the coin. And when you say things publicly on social media platforms, it's impossible to retract them. You might be able to erase them, but they're still out there in the stratosphere.
And so in the game for Los Angeles, Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with Jared Vanderbilt. Then there's Christian Wood. Then there's Shake Milton. And it's the Professor in at the point guard position. Here's Milton, and they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation. The Celtics on offense. They're on a 10-2 run here. Pritchard, the pass to Tatum. On target from range. Tatum's got 21.
Well, I like how Tatum had his hands up and ready to go on that catch and shoot. Well done.
The Professor. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back.
Getting buckets at a critical time. Just give him the ball and let him go to work.
Holiday passes to Porzingis. Now Tatum. Good D by Vanderbilt.
Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
Here's the Professor. So, Clark, you think the winner of the NBA Cup should be guaranteed an automatic playoff bid?
Man, that's interesting. I think it could make for a more competitive tournament. So if that would be the outcome, then I would be all for it. But what happens if the tournament winner is the #1 seed at the end of the season? I think you'd have to find alternative incentives then, BA.
Inside. Pass to the Professor. Wood with it. Finney-Smith passes to the Professor. 4 on the clock. Left side Milton. Over Holiday. Again, the Lakers score.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Lakers.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
BA, it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their execution, everything was absolutely on point.
No surprise, another victory for these guys who have been on a tear all year long. They've now won 62 games.
And they meet just twice, so taking the first meeting means a lot to this team.
When it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game 1 has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
And what a huge performance it was for the Professor.
Boy, I thought he did a little bit of everything out there tonight, notching the triple-double in style. He was a difference maker.
Here's the Professor. Back to Milton. Outside Finney-Smith. The 3. Hauled in by Brown. Milton against Holiday. Good. And Brown gets the assist.
Unfortunately for them, they're still going to come up short. You wish they'd shown this kind of fight earlier.
Yeah, you know, I agree with you. They waited too long to finally ramp themselves up.
Wood, right side. Pass to the professor. Pulls it. Again! What an avalanche! Oh, he's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
BA, it feels like he can't miss.
So we see the Lakers taking the W here. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Shocked and surprised.